From the Sporting News Studios, I'm Tom Vandervoort with an Olympic news flash. Well, the United States women's soccer team is on its way to the Olympic quarterfinals after defeating North Korea today 1-0 at Old Trafford. On the phone with me now, our soccer writer Brian Strauss. And Brian, 1-0 doesn't sound like a dominant performance. How did the U.S. do today?
It should have been more than 1-0. The U.S. was especially dominant in the first half, and I think when they go back and watch video, they'll sort of rue some poor corner kicks and the connections on the crosses from the flankers from O'Reilly and Rapinoe weren't really as sharp as they had been in other games. So yeah, I mean, there are a few things you can go into the quarterfinals with and say we could be better on this, we could be better on this. Tobin Heath had a great chance in the second half and hesitated and then popped it over the crossbar. So there are little things here and there that certainly need to get better. But no, I don't think there's any reason for panic. I think this game was always sort of going to be less intense. The berth in the quarterfinals was already clinched, and I don't think they're going to worry too much about the final scoreline.
There's been a lot of concern about the U.S. defense, but after giving up 2 goals to France, they've had a clean sheet since. Over 260 minutes of soccer. How did the back four look today?
They didn't have much to do today. I mean, North Korea had a bit of a stretch midway through the second half where I think they realized, well, we need a goal if we're going to ensure passage to the quarterfinals. But this team hasn't really been challenged. And against France, when they looked so poor for that first 15, 20 minutes, it was really the offense. It was really the relentlessness of the U.S. attack that sort of relieved pressure on the U.S. back four. I don't think the questions have been answered back there. I still think that there may be a few weak links.
Now, advancing on the other side of the bracket is Japan, which narrowly defeated the U.S. in the World Cup a year ago. A rematch in the final would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure the American women will say they don't care who they meet in the final, but come on, you know, I think that's what everybody wants to see, and I think the stylistic contrast between the way Japan plays, which is very rhythmic, very possession oriented, and the way the U.S. plays, which is a direct gung ho attacking style, I think that's really intriguing, and I think I think that would be an appropriate final, and I'm sure one that quietly the U.S. is hoping for.
All right, thanks, Brian. That's your look at the 3-0 women's soccer team, which next plays on Friday in Newcastle against an as-yet unknown opponent. From the Sporting News Studios, I'm Tom Vandervoort.